What's up guys, it's Brady with Gonzandoak, currently in Hawaii. And this video is about dieting hacks while traveling, how to travel without completely destroying your diet. This is my last day in Hawaii. I'm on week 3 of my summer shred currently, and the last thing I wanted to do was ruin everything by going on vacation. So here's some hacks that I've used on this vacation. Hopefully you guys can use it too the next time you're on vacation, but let's get down to it. So I have 4 steps to follow while you go on vacation to keep your diet. But before that, I want to explain weight loss and how it works and the knowledge that we need going into a vacation in order to not ruin our own diets. I follow If It Fits Your Macros flexible dieting, so I'm constantly tracking my macros. But I've noticed going on vacation, the last thing you want to do is track your macros. And not only that, but it's really difficult to, because you're typically going out to eat a lot or eating unfamiliar foods. And for those reasons, tracking macros just becomes kind of impossible. And so tracking macros is obviously priority number 1 for me, because I track my macros normally. But what we need to focus on vacation is priority number 2, which is maintaining a caloric deficit. So rather than tracking macros, we're now focusing on just being in a caloric deficit. Because believe it or not, you could overeat your carbs and eat a ton of crap, but as long as you're still in a caloric deficit, you will still lose weight. And so that leads us into our first step, which is eating less fat. Now the reason this is step number 1 is because fat has the most calories. In fact, it actually has more than twice as many calories as carbs and protein. And for that reason, it becomes very easy to overeat our fats and basically eat too many calories. Now the way that we're going to achieve this is by not eating out as much and instead going to a grocery store. So the first thing that I did when I got to here in Hawaii is me and Bae, we went to the grocery store. We spent 75 bucks there and we completely stocked our fridge for the entire week. We still did eat out a couple of times, but overall we ended up saving a lot of money by going to the grocery store. And not only that, but the foods that you find at restaurants or eating out are usually very high fat and way too many calories. For example, the other day, Maddie and I went to a restaurant. I got a bowl of poke. It cost me $25, which is way too expensive. It was delicious, but if I were to do that every single day for a week, think about how much money I would be spending on just one meal a day. Now, step number 3 is to never overeat. So if you do go out with friends or with family on vacation, try not to overeat. And it's super easy to do because you're on vacation and you get into this nothing really matters anymore type of mentality, and so you just eat whatever is in front of you. So it's a lot easier to just eat whatever you want, but make sure to control the portion size. Lastly, step number 4, this one's really simple, just stay committed, because I know from personal experience, going on vacation, you're in that mood of it doesn't matter really. You start to put on a little bit of weight and you get home and realize that you have to start from the beginning of your diet again. That's the last thing I want to do. I've been dieting already for 2 weeks and I went on vacation for week 3. The last thing I want to do is get home and have to start my diet all over again. And from personal experience as well, it's just not worth it. It might feel worth it in the moment to have, like, I don't know, tons of ice cream or cake or desserts or whatever, but when you get home and have to start grinding and make up for that lost time, it's just not worth it. So stay committed, stay focused on your goals, and it'll all be worth it in the end. Now we're gonna head over to the kitchen. I actually wanna show you exactly what I got at the grocery store, just for some ideas and some inspiration for when you're on vacation yourself. Everything that I got has a lot less fat and it's really helped me this past week. I actually feel, towards the end of the week, I feel like I've pretty much maintained my diet. I wasn't trying to like lose weight on this vacation or anything, but I mainly just wanted to maintain. I think I did a really good job. And so let's head over to the kitchen now and see what I got. All right, so these are the groceries that we got a few days ago. So actually we've kind of eaten some of them, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Following the rules of trying to eat less fat than usual, we picked up some mayo, but instead of getting normal mayonnaise, we got the olive oil mayonnaise, which has about half of the fat as regular mayonnaise. And so we did this so we can make sandwiches, but get half the fat. With that, we got some turkey breasts. We could have gone like with the ham or other types of sandwich meats, but this had the least amount of fat, so that's why we did that. We did get some cheese, but we tried to get kind of like a leaner cheese, just with less fat. Next up, we got pickles. This is one of my favorite snack options right now. They're so good and they're 0 calories, so I always get pickles when I go to the grocery store. Milk, we went with the fat-free because it's fat-free. And we did this because we actually brought protein powder with us on the trip. So just in case you're wondering, Airports don't care if you have powders like this, they only care if you have liquids. So protein powder is totally fine to bring, and I think it's really good because it'll help you not feel as hungry, and it'll help you hit your protein goals that you're supposed to be doing anyway. So always bring protein powder with you. Next up, we got Greek yogurt. This was actually pretty inexpensive for a big container of it. 0 fat, I think 14 grams of protein. So this is really good. And because we're in Hawaii specifically, we can mix fruits with it and have just like a really good breakfast. So next up, eggs, but we didn't get just eggs. We also got some egg whites. And so what I'll do is I'll usually have like an egg or two, but I'll mix egg whites with it because egg whites are 100% just protein. No fat, no carbs, nothing. And it gives you a lot more volume with your breakfast. Also not that expensive. If you're a big Gatorade fan, Gatorade has tons of carbs. So what we did here is we get the low calorie G2. This whole bottle is 40 calories, and I think like 11 grams of carbs or something like that. So it's like a really low calorie version of Gatorade that still tastes good and really great for trips. Also, for our sandwiches, we decided to get the wheat bread with the least amount of carbs. You'll find some loaves of bread that have 20 something grams of carbs per slice. This is only, I think, 13 or so grams per slice. And I really like peanut butter honey and peanut butter jelly sandwiches, but honey actually has way more carbs than jam. So we got some jam here, and it's only 11 grams of carbs, which is actually kind of on the lower end. And reduced fat peanut butter, because peanut butter does have a lot of fat in it. So you just get the reduced fat. It tastes really good and less fat. I think this one was a biggie. We got some chicken, and this is good because you're probably gonna be eating a lot less protein than usual while you're out traveling. So this helps you hit your protein goals. It's already made for you. You just have to heat it up or fry it up or whatever. And it's super good. And with that, you can get any of these like sauces. They're really cheap. They're really not that many carbs and low fat as well. Next up, just like a little snack item, rice cakes. It's kind of like a filler food. They're kind of big and they allow you to feel like you're eating a lot, but it's very low calories. And actually with that, we got some popcorn too, because I do love popcorn. We got the Orville Redenbacher Naturals because it's the least amount of calories that we could see that still tastes good. And I never have a full bowl of popcorn by myself. I usually share it with Bae, so I only get about 5 grams of fat from this, which really isn't that bad, and it's a good snack item. Other than that, we just got a bunch of fruit because, like I said, we are in Hawaii. So that kind of depends on where you're going on your vacation. But I do, like I said, I do highly recommend going to the grocery store instead of eating out as much, because one, you're gonna save a lot of money, but also you're gonna be able to track your food a little bit better. And no, we're not tracking our food to perfection. I'm not tracking my macros. I'm not using MyFitnessPal, but it is good to have a general idea of how many calories you're eating in a day. And so you can still, eat meals and eat well, all while staying under your calories and hopefully not getting home and realizing that you totally ruined your diet. That's what I got, and this is actually gonna end the video, but thank you for watching. Hopefully these diet hacks while traveling helped you out. If it did, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you later.